Peter Eliades with you, Stock Market Cycles Update for Monday, April 20th. We don't have any revelations for you today. We're going to go over the 24.2 to 27.6 daily offsets. Those are considered to be 5-week offsets that give nominal 10-week projections. Some of them are dramatic, like the one you're looking at, and some of them have not even been given yet. I shouldn't say that. They have not been confirmed as yet. And so this is going to be the most important offset for us over the next several days, and perhaps over a few weeks now, too. We don't know. So this, and several people have commented that you told us there's a much higher projection, but you didn't tell us what the projection was. So let's give it now. This is on the NDX. The projection, the nominal 10-week projection, is calling for 97.2482 to 10,416.66. Do I think those are going to be met? No, I don't. But again, the projection software doesn't care what I think. These are the projections. You be the judge as to how they've been working out over the last 6 months, okay? It's also important that we not just show this one that has been given and has a little bit of the dramatic flair behind it because it calls for new all-time highs, for us to show you a couple of more indexes in relation to these offsets. So we're going to do that now. Okay, these are the same offsets for the S&P 500 index. Again, these are closing price projections. Now, yesterday, in fact, not yesterday, but Friday, at the close here, we in fact, it appears from our rectangle up here, did give and confirm upside projections on the S&P, calling for between 3371.56 and 3465.09. But today we snuck back inside the second offset line. So unless we have a very dramatic decline over the next week, I mean a dramatic one like 10% or so, there's little question that this upside projection is going to be confirmed. The big question becomes, is something going to happen out here somewhere? We're talking about the first third of the month of May. It'll be a lot easier to invalidate this much higher projection into the first third of May, because then you just need to go a little bit below current levels. But again, this is the projection. There's no getting around that. It doesn't mean it's going to be met. At this level, probably at least 65% of projections are met, and probably as many as 75%. But that means a lot of them are not met. So there's no guarantee here. Do I think this projection is going to be met? No, I don't think it will. I think ultimately it may very well be invalidated. But again, these numbers and these offsets don't give a damn what I think. So I'm giving you the projections, and I think they're going to serve you well. Okay, let's look at a couple of other indicators with these offsets to show you how it's a little more interesting. This is IWM. That's the ETF representing the Russell 2000. And as you can see, this is acting nothing like the NASDAQ or even the S&P or the Dow. Yes, there's been a rally, but it has not even been a 382 retracement of this decline from the high that was seen back in February. And this index did top out, it appears, on February 20th. It may actually, some of these actually topped out in January. Let me go a little bit further. Yeah, look at this. This index actually topped out on January 16th. So the February high was right here. Watch the vertical cursor here. This January high was even higher. So we went kind of sideways and then had this sharp decline, and now you are indeed giving a preliminary upside projection. That preliminary projection calls for around 138.28. And even if you get a crossing of the second line here, which confirms the upside projection, it's not going to be anywhere near the all-time highs. You can kind of see that by counting spaces. If this is from the low, 1, 2 spaces, even if you get above here, 1, 2, 3 spaces above, then you go up another 1, 2, 3 spaces, takes you into this area, okay? So this is the ETF for the Russell 2000. And it's in a position, actually, where a decline over the next few days down into this area can completely call off this significantly higher upside projection. And if it gets below both of the offsets coming into the end of April, the beginning of May, then no upside projections have been given at all. Anything that has been given on a partial basis or temporary basis has been invalidated. That's what we're looking for. One more I'll show you that looks a lot like this one. Okay, this is the value line. And look at this one. I mean, yeah, we've had a nice little rally here, but it's been a little rally, not even a 382 retracement here. And again, with just a kind of a normal type decline with this volatility we've seen, you can get back down to this area and not worry at all about this temporary, or I should say, how do we classify this? We classify this as an initial or a preliminary projection. I call them preliminary until they're confirmed, get above both the projection lines. So right now this is preliminary, and it's a nice upside projection, but nowhere near the old highs. So I wanted to give you a picture of what's happening with a variety of indexes so you could get a feel for the overall market. And we have to look at all of them when we do our cycle analysis. And that's where we stand as of the close today. The next couple of days will prove very interesting to see if indeed these secondary stock indexes do give a confirmation of upside projections. They won't be back to new all-time highs, as you can see here. At least not now. That could happen later. I don't think it will. But that's where we stand as of the close today. I wanted to show those to you. Stay with us over the next couple of days, and we'll keep you posted on what happens with these offsets and what kind of projections have been confirmed and whether any has been invalidated. Thanks for watching.